It would be really, really tough. It would be really difficult.
Would I get anything in return?
Well, you couldn't listen to music for a whole week. Or if I gave you £500,
Oh yeah.
would you? Definitely.
But I think that would be more because I'm skin. The possibility of me not listening to music.
Oh, I don't know if I could. I feel like I'd crack. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like I'd like have to open Spotify. I don't know.
I was listening to some jazz this morning. Jazz can be so different from itself. Like, it's so cool. It's that kind of improvisational thing that I really like.
Listen to, it was on Spotify, the DJ bit, and it was Charlie XCX, Chapel Roan, 5 Seconds of Summer, One Direction, all the classics.
I like either like Velvet Underground vibe or like something like that, either late at night or in the morning.
A mixture, really. Kind of had listened to a lot of Skepta at the start, but then it like went on to like Radiohead. But like, I don't know. I don't have one genre that I stick to. It's very much all over the place.
I think I do it more on like how I want to feel. I'll be like, how do I want to feel now? And then I'll pick what I want to listen to make me feel that way. Not like all the time, but like when I think about it, I'll be like, do I want to just like sit and wallow for a bit, and then I'll listen to something like more chill. I'll be like, Moody Mix on Spotify.
There's such a groove in jazz that they get into that I really like. It's incredible. I like.
I'm trying to get work done. Like, I actually put on house music because I find it actually like, I don't know why, it just like keeps my brain going.
Normally my like automatic music taste is kind of like emo, pop punk, early 2000s, with a few little random spin-offs like more modern bands and older bands. But it's normally that kind of rock, alternative, early 2000s, kind of just emo scene.
And I've been listening to lots of new albums the past couple of years actually. So it's because I wanna grow, you know. And some of it's crap, but lots of it's really good.
Like if I know I need to do like uni work or I need to like get stuff done, then Solange, When I Get Home, the best album for that. Literally, I know we were talking about this before, and it literally is though. For some reason, like you have to listen to it in order because it's so good. Like
a whole story.
Yeah, you have to listen to it in order.
I will listen to it.
Yeah, but like for some reason, when I put that on, I can literally just like focus.
To be fair, Near Archives actually probably a big one I listen to. Like, she's definitely on my like going out playlist for definite. But kind of like stuff in her kind of realm maybe.
Country music, it can be, which I was always, when I was at home, I was anti-country music. And I still am anti-country music that's like about your tractor breaking down and losing your girlfriend. I can't take it, it's awful. But there is like, Dolly Parton is so good, it's so good.
I went through a phase, like over the summer, where I had to listen to Kiss Them For Me by Susie and the Banshees to get out of bed every morning. Like, and so if I feel like I don't want to get out of bed, I always have to play that song. For some reason I can get out of bed. Or Malibu by Hole.
I love One Direction. It's a passion. It's a lifestyle. It's an obsession I can't get rid of.
Yeah. Were you into them when you were like a kid?
Yeah, they were my first ever concert. I saw them on the X Factor tour, and then I saw them on the Take Me Home tour. It was the arena tour. And then, yeah, so they were my first ever concert. I was 9, and I went, it was Manchester Arena with my mum. Classic.
Oh wow. Show it to the camera.
Yeah.
Wait.
Go back a bit.
Close.
R.I. Pain.
There we go.
Aw, that's really sad.
There you go, you can hold it all.
I'll hold this one still. So, yeah, when Liam Payne died, I got a text message off my mum being like, are you okay? We're here if you need to talk. Then I got a message off my dad saying, just remember we're only an hour and a half drive away, we're here, kiss. They were concerned about me. And then my best mates back home, their mum and dad like texted my mates being like, oh, have you heard about this? They went, yeah, and they went, go check on Niamh. I was like, okay, I feel like everyone's slightly worried about me right now because everyone knows about the obsession.
Yeah, no, literally, I was talking about this the other day with someone, and in the car with my mum, like when we were younger, to go to my grandparents' house, we'd either play like, my mum would either play like Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, or like we had this like compilation CD that was like all like women singing. It was like girl power, like it was like Rihanna, Gwen Stefani, like Lady Gaga,
Girl boss.
Pixie Lott, like yeah, Girls Aloud, like everyone, Sugar Babes, like and I remember listening to that a lot in the car. So like whenever I listen, like I think that's why I've been listening to No Doubt recently, and I was like, oh my god, it's like so, it's like where's the money, like go down.
Huge Grateful Dead fan. I am. My dad was a big Deadhead, and so there was just Grateful Dead on in my house growing up all the time, and it was so. It kind of caught me when I got to be in high school. I started like illegally downloading music. I was too cheap for Spotify, so that was it. And then I discovered, I was like, oh, the Grateful Dead. You know, Dad used to always have that on in the house, and that was always so nice. And I started to listen some, and then some became more, and more became loads, and now I've got a tattoo, and they're just so good. I just had it on before you guys got here.
I think because I like a lot of different music as well, but like my sister and my mum have very different music tastes, so that kind of like, I feel like affected me. And then obviously my friends all have different music tastes, so that's, I kind of start liking their music, so it's like, I feel like I'm just a mishmash of everyone's music taste.
Growing up, my dad will listen to a lot of, there was always Green Day on and Avril Lavigne and artists like that. So then when I started like, you know, like you get Spotify and you make your first playlist, I would add the songs that I knew and that I loved, and they were always those kinds of artists. And then I would just like go on those albums, add more of those songs that I didn't know, then be like, oh, similar people, add that onto it, and it's just kind of added and added and added. So now that's just like my entire knowledge around music. This is my favourite album of all time. This is 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance. What's their second album out? It came out, I think, pretty sure it came out the year I was born. Yeah, but this is...
Why is that your favourite?
Honestly, it was COVID, and I was in the garden and I needed one album on, just as a repeat. I was like, but I want to listen to something that I like, but something new. And I had been getting into My Chemical Romance for years, and I listened to, you know, all the basics like Helena, Welcome to the Black Parade, Cancer, you know what I mean, Mama. I was like, oh, actually, I'm going to listen to the album before. And I just put the entire album on a loop, and I had it playing for about 3 hours. And then ever since then, all of these songs, I'm one of those where I'm like, the first 2 seconds, I will name it.
Do you think a lot of Bob Marley's music is very much like that? Because a lot of my friends growing up, like, it reminds me of them because like we used to just like sit and smoke, if I can say that, but sit and smoke, but like that's what always would be playing, and it's kind of stuff like that. So like kind of that kind of music, I think.
Yeah, so just thinking back with like times with friends.
Yeah, it kind of makes you just think of like, because a lot of them I don't speak to anymore as well, so it's kind of like, oh, like it's just like the connection of like, oh, I used to sit there and listen to that with them, and now we don't speak anymore, but like it still makes me like think of like the kind of friendship I used to have with people and stuff like that.
Oh, When You Sleep by My Bloody Valentine. Can't listen to that song. I know it's so good, but like just got so like bad memories.
There's like this greater sense of Americana that is with the Grateful Dead, that there isn't that kind of similar feeling about Britain. But Americans, there's this like get out and explore America and find what America is, and I left instead and came here. The Dead used to let their fans tape their shows, and so there's so many live recordings, and so I've got this year I bought a tape in an effort to stop listening to music on my phone. This year I bought a tape player, and so I take tapes into school. Don't I feel quirky? I love it. I sit there, I think, God, I'm just so much better than everybody else listening to my tape.
I went and saw a group called Los Bichos, at the Leeds Irish Centre. They were really good. They were actually like really good, like really fun and like lively and like good vibes. And it was a really like fun crowd. And I had Guinness because we were at the Leeds Irish Centre.
Like I went to like Trickfest and like I heard some songs that I don't necessarily like, but when I was in like the atmosphere of it and like obviously everyone else like around you and stuff, that like made me actually like the songs more and like the genre a lot more. I don't know, I feel like this is like the atmospheric experience of all kind of maybe like.
This is a song called A Dustland Fairy Tale by The Killers, and it's in the Day and Age album, and it's my parents' like favourite Killers album. It was always on repeat, that was always on, and I remember we would always, me and my little sister would always say, play Dustland Fairy Tale, that's our favourite song. And it was purely because in the song it talks about Cinderella, and it's about like, it's talking about like Cinderella and like gambling and stuff. It's like a whole like actual adult metaphor, but as 7-year-olds, like we want the rock song about Cinderella. And now I'm older and I actually understand the song and it's quite emotional, and but still having that nostalgia can be like, I loved this song when I was 8. This is my entire childhood. It was me and my sister's always first request. I've seen it live 3 times. So I was just like, it is probably the most nostalgic, important song to me. Day and Age, I got this one specifically. I ordered it specifically because this is the one with Dustland Fairy Tale on. But it also has a lot of the classics like Human. So that's on here too. And that's my favourite Killers album.
Really like early Beatles music, really takes me back to being a kid. My dad used to put on a Beatles CD for us to go to sleep to. And so now I know all of the Beatles catalogue, and my favourite Beatles music is like sort of the late Beatles, Abbey Road and things like that. And but every now and again I go back and I put on I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I think of performing it in the talent show, or Love Me Do I did in the talent show. It was so good. I just loved it. I was like this little Beatles freak. Yeah, I like a CD, and I grew up with CDs. CDs was the main way to listen to music, as I imagine you did.
And obviously the Killers are your favourite band.
They probably are.
Yeah, is that from like your parents as well?
Yeah.
Did they influence that?
They've seen the Killers, I think, 14 times.
Wow.
They've seen them a lot. So they've been there since like the first album with Mr. Brightside on. They've been to every single tour. They've gone to the different shows like London and like Manchester and just travelled to see them. And yeah, I saw them for the first time when I was 14 at Manchester Arena, I think.
Okay.
And that was a wonderful, wonderful tour. Then I saw them on the Mirage tour, which was in Heaton Park. It was like a week after Harry Styles played there, and that was, I think I was around my A-levels, so I was about 17, 18. Then I saw them again last year on the Diamond tour, so that's 3 times. I've seen them in 3 different venues. And then, but I'm just like, every time I'm like really excited, my parents are just like, you've got nothing on us.
Yeah.
You're not even close, because you've seen them so many times. But that was a massive influence. It's like a genetic thing.
One Direction. Literally One Direction. That's like, whenever I listen to that, I'm just reminded of being like 11 years old in like my One Direction room with like my One Direction reddit and the posters, and it's like, it was a whole time for me, like an era.
Melissa by the Allman Brothers Band. It's just really melancholy. It's definitely like grey sky music. Or even it could be blue sky music, but there's like a kind of a sadness, a happiness that is both there, that really is like, oh, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Like I still enjoy the music now, but it's definitely just like whenever I listen to it, I'm just reminded of like, you had about 5 posters of them on your walls when you were a kid, kind of thing.
My room is covered in music posters, and I've got a bunch of cutouts of different albums that I like around the baseboard and stuff, and I would say like 1/3 of my wardrobe is music stuff. It's really, it's cool. It feels like a way of expressing yourself, you know. And then that way, if I see somebody walking down the street in a dead shirt, I might go over to him and be like, hey, I'm a deadhead, you know?
I think it does more than I realise. I think like when I go out and I'm like, I just get dressed, t-shirt and jeans and trainers, I think all I'm wearing is a t-shirt, jeans and trainers, but then I kind of see myself against other people. I'm like, oh, I am wearing a My Chemical Romance t-shirt with my ripped black jeans and my big chunky boots, and I've got piercings and my hair colour and jewellery. And I think it's a taste thing of like, you know, when you go out shopping, I'm like, I'm not purposely looking around being like, what's the most emo thing I can find? It's like, oh, I like that, and I just buy it, and it's just that kind of taste is just kind of manifested over, and without even realising.
Not so much anymore, but like I was in college, I was like really big into like Radiohead and like Muse and stuff like that, and it was that whole kind of like, the aesthetic that surrounds like that kind of music. Like I did kind of want to like fit in that aesthetic, so I'd dress a bit more like, maybe a bit more like Niamh now in a way, but like not exactly, but in that more like closer to that. But like not anymore. I feel like I've got my own style now that I'm just kind of comfortable with.
I've got CDs. Oh my god, this is such a good one. Wait. It's the Ketchup song, and it's got the Christmas version on.
Oh my god.
It's got Christmas remix, brand new club remix, new Xmas party video version. Oh, we've got some Deftones.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, when I got really into Mazzy Star, it was very long skirts, 90s, winter gore, like, yeah, which I still do like. But like, I think it does definitely change. But then like, I don't know if that's the music doing that, or like moving on, like you're in a different phase, so you wear different clothes and you're listening to different music. But those two things just happen to coincide. I love Bjork so much. Don't even get me started on Bjork. I've got her book. I'm reading it at the moment. So good.
All of like the music videos and styles I like and am drawn to when I go out and then like go shopping, I'm like, oh, I like that too. And it's kind of, it's not a conscious decision to be like, how can I make myself look so alternative? It's just more of like a, I like that.
It's just how it
it's
is.
just a taste of it. It just always has.
I feel like I feel kind of like sad. I don't know. I don't know, or like a bit like a loss, because like all I want to do is no music in the background. I don't know. I feel like it'd affect my mood, because I feel like I always listen to music every day. So like just to take it away from me, I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, so you listen to it for like a mood changer to make you feel good.
It's just kind of something I've got playing a lot of the time, so it's like it'd be like a big gap to take away.
I feel like for £1,000 I wouldn't crack, but for 500 I might crack. I might. There's like, because you talked about going a day without music. That sounded difficult. I thought like, ooh, I should try that. I'm not gonna try a week. That is like not worth it.
How do you think you'd feel if you could listen to music for a week?
Oh, like pent up, you know? I feel like not relaxed.
Like, I definitely could, but it wouldn't be enjoyable, I don't think. Like, I could do it, probably, like, but I wouldn't have a good time.
It's just the routine of it, you know what I mean? Like I get up, I don't want to say a name, Alexa. And I just like, I like wake up, like birds are singing, I'm like, oh, Alexa, play this. And she doesn't say that. And it's just like that thing of the routine of like, oh, I come into my room, play music. I get my phone, like I'm going walking somewhere, headphones in. It's just like, it's always on, always.
Yeah, so you just, how would you feel if you couldn't listen to music for a week?
I feel like I'd be scared to be alone with my thoughts for that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like that, like silence. It just feels kind of empty. And I don't know, I really would not like it.